Hello ladies and gentlemen, Safehouse here bringing you Garuda hard mode, which is the Howling Eye hard, obviously. Firstly, I just want to start off by saying, if you have just hit level 50 and you haven't geared up from running Amber Keep or any of those other level 50 dungeons that are going to get you those tomes, please do not jump straight into Garuda hard mode, because it is hard and you need the gear before you can do it. So, it's pretty similar to the initial Garuda fight that you do in the storyline. Tanks, you're going to want to tank her over here, just the same end that you did in the initial. Also, she throws out those friction attacks. She does the slipstream in front of her that the tanks can dodge, so you just try and make sure you keep her facing away. She does the jump up in the air. You just need to hide behind these. The pillars, as you can see, I'm standing a little bit further back, not hugging it. That's because, and then swinging out wide. That's because when she throws that friction, if it hits you, it's going to hit your pillar as well. So if you can stand back like I was doing, it works a lot better because it keeps your pillars a lot more healthy, because otherwise that friction is going to get them down and it's going to do the damage. As you can see, they're spawning the ads just like the first time around. There's nothing really different yet, but obviously it's an 8-man, which wasn't in the initial one. But back to Garuda. She's got a few stages, you'll see, I will explain. It's mostly going to be about you tanks getting it right, because it can be pretty tough. She does a little AoE where she spins around and you're in melee range, you can take damage, which you just saw there. Can't avoid that or anything. So you've got line of sight straight up where she is right now when she first goes into the air. Second time, it is going to be in the middle, so you have to line of sight middle. She's about to go up in the air, I'm going to just see that now, what she's doing. Again, if you can remember to stand back like I am now, it's going to help out your whole party. But, you know, as you can see, not everyone does it, or most people don't do it, so it's not a huge hassle. Also, when she goes into the middle and is running back out to the edge here, don't stand in her way like our party members did just there, because otherwise she'll just run straight to the tank and she won't do any damage to those pillars. So we've got some more ads spawning just here. AoE them down as fast as you can, just because they destroy your pillars like really, really quickly. We did a pretty good job of getting them down. If you're a melee and you've like more of a single target sort of person rather than your black mages who do the AoE. If you see just one ad just sitting out by itself, you might be best just going out and just single target DPSing that down and leaving your more AoE classes to AoE down the clusters of those ads. So you're going to want to save your limit break as well. You want it to hit level 3 and you're going to want your black mage or summoner to use it generally, unless you're in a lot of trouble, then you're going to want your healer to use it. There's nothing too special going on right now. The first phase is pretty cruisy, like pretty much everyone gets through the first phase. It's just after that, once you start spawning the tough ads, that it gets a little bit more intense. So she just teleports in the middle, does the feathers from the sky. If you don't have as much DPS as our party, she will actually teleport up and go to the left side of the map, and she will do another one of those attacks that you have to line of sight behind the pillars. So it's just because it does help a lot if you've got a little DPS in this, because you get to skip stages like we just did there, and you can burn down the ads that she spawns a bit later on, which you'll see. And it makes things a lot easier. Once she gets to about half health, that's when she's going to teleport back up to the air, go to the middle of the map, and do her attack that knocks out all your pillars and knocks you all down pretty low. Depending on how healthy your pillars are, she's going to knock you lower. It's generally not too much of an issue, as long as everyone's kind of geared. You'll get those heals back up. Pretty much, you don't have to line of sight this, so you just want to try and stay close together, no matter where it is. It can be on top of the boss, or it can be anywhere really. You just need to be near your healers, and then you can AoE heal everyone back up. So see, everyone gets back up to full health pretty quickly. Like, it's not too much of an issue. So this is the beginning of stage 2. Tank's going to drag her over to where the start of the map is, where you first initially got into the fight. And this is when she's going to start spawning these whirlwinds, and it starts to get a bit different to the original fight. So those just are fixed where they are at the moment, those whirlwinds. So just tank Garuda here. Just DPS as much as you can. Keep her facing away from the rest of the group tanks. So your main tank, stay with Garuda the whole time, pretty much. You don't have to really do anything else, just because if she is near other people, she's going to hurt them. So this is where Garuda and Sapana, I believe it's called, I go and I tag this, just because I actually am playing with the Japanese people, just because I get a lot more success playing with them. So no offense, but it's just a bit hard to communicate sometimes, but if you know the fight, you can do it. It's fine. But this is our second run, and the first time around we didn't really target the mobs correctly. So you're going to want to burn the one that's got the green line. You'll see in the next one anyway, if you didn't catch it then. But Sapana had a green line on and Garuda had a red line on. The one with the green line is giving Garuda health back. You want to get that one down ASAP. so just make sure you kill that one first. That's pretty much what everyone does, so it's usually not too much of an issue unless people are a little bit new to the fight. So off tank for that when Charada and Sapana spawn in, you're going to want to grab the one with the red line and just tank it away from everyone else so it's not doing any damage. The rest of the party, the DPSs and the healers, you're just going to be getting down the other one with the green line ASAP. So I'll explain it more in the next fight. You see it again. Now, every now and then Garuda will spawn these extra plumes and the Razor Plume and the Satin Plume, which we're just killing now. You can ignore the Razor Plumes but get the Satin Plume down ASAP. Then it's just back to Garuda. As you can see, our tank is moving slowly along the wall. That is because those whirlwinds are actually moving around as well and catching up to us. So tanks, just make sure you're just moving that Garuda very slowly, and once those whirlwinds disappear, get into the middle as fast as you can, because this is where this purple ring is going to come back. This was in the original fight. You don't want to get hit by that purple ring. It's going to knock you back into the middle of the map and you're going to lose a lot of health. So just make sure you're on the ball, ready to go into the middle as soon as those whirlwinds disappear. Just keep DPSing down Garuda. She's going to spawn Sapana and Garuda again in a second. So when you get these free DPS chances, just really do smash it down. But try and save some of those cooldowns for when the 2 ads come in, because it is a bit difficult. This is the ones that get tough. So now, as you can see, Sapana doesn't actually have a laser, but you can see the red laser, so that means there is a green laser on Sapana. Sometimes you just can't see it. So burn down the one that doesn't have the red laser, pretty much. So we're on it now. I've marked the target again just to make sure everyone knows which one we all want to be on. Our limit break's getting pretty close to level 3, which means we should be able to use it for the next fight. But you see, just because of the communication barrier, it doesn't really work out that way, because our black mage doesn't really know the fight that well and didn't know that they were supposed to be using the limit break. But we'll talk a bit more about that when we see it. But yeah, so Garuda in this fight is where our off tank took it off to the side, which is good, gave us a chance to get down Sapana, and yeah, so it worked out nice for us there. Everyone's pretty geared, so that helps out a lot. So you really just can't be doing this if you're a fresh 50. Once the 2 ads go down and the purple mist disappears, grab Garuda and bring it back to where you entered the map. So this is the best spot to tank it once that happens, just because you avoid the whirlwinds, and it's a great place to start your little walk around. So as you can see, this is when the whirlwinds are moving again, so this is our tank moving Garuda along the edge there. Get down the Satin Plume as soon as you can, ignore the razors, they don't do that much damage, it's pretty easy to heal through the damage of those, so they're really no worries at all. You just want to keep getting that damage onto Garuda. Now, this fight here is going to be the one that you would really want to use that level 3 limit break on the Summoner or the Black Mage, because it gets Garuda down a little bit, and it just destroys the 2 ads that she summons, that's Sapana and Garuda. So you see, we call for it, but because of the language barrier, it doesn't happen. It's our own fault for playing on the Japanese language, but it really does help. I don't know, for some reason they just seem to get through it a lot better than what most of the English-speaking people do, and they don't seem to jump in until they are a little bit geared up. Unlike most of the English people, they just jump straight in. But so as you can see, once they get over here, this is where you want to use a limit break. Right now, it will just about kill Sapana and Charada, so that's alright though. We get them down without it, so it's nice. I actually end up getting to use our limit break. I don't want to, but I kind of get forced into it. So it works out though in the end, so that's the main thing. We get that down. As you can see, our tank is taking it off to the side there, not facing anyone, so the slipstream's not hitting anyone. That's a big key. Keeping those ads away from the healers, it really helps. And keeping Garuda, so main tanks, just keeping him away from everyone so they're not getting hit by the slipstream or that little AoE spin that she does. So you can see in chat there that we've called for the limit break, me and some other guy, and it didn't work out. That's alright. So Garuda's just gonna, after that stage, it's just a repeat. So you've got the one, you run around, you kill the Satin Plume, you just avoid those whirlwinds, and then you get back into the middle of the map again, and she's going to spawn them, Sapana and Garuda again, and it's just going to be a cycle like that until you get down Garuda, or you don't, or everyone wipes. So if you don't, also there is a DPS timer on Garuda and Sapana. If you don't get them down in time, they're going to teleport to the middle of the map, and they're going to wipe your party. So make sure you get them down very quickly, because just all DPSs just need to be straight onto it ASAP. Burn them down, because it does hurt, and it will literally just what any squishies. I think your tanks might survive the hit from them, but no one else will. You can see a few people just got pushed in by that fog there. Not ideal, but didn't do too much damage. So we're getting Garuda pretty low now. I was thinking about almost using Limit Break on Garuda, but you never know when she's going to teleport away and whether it's going to hit her, if it's going to waste our Limit Break. So I decided to save it, because it actually wouldn't have if I had to use it at the time. Wouldn't have worked out. So you can see there's a green laser on Sapana. I decided that our Black Mage probably isn't going to use our Limit Break, so I decided I'm going to use it just because this is the one giving Garuda that health back. You see our off tank is doing a really good job there of keeping Charada off the rest of the party. So that's what you want, and that's just instantly gone. Garuda's not getting any more health back, and we've only got one more ad to deal with. So it worked out really well for us there. Ideally you want your Black Mage summon a Limit Break, obviously. But this is the hardest part of the fight, is dealing with these Charada and Zapana when they get summoned in. But now you just need to burn down Garuda as fast as you can, because if you have to keep going through those cycles, she's going to keep getting health back, and sometimes you can't DPS enough to get through the health that she's going to regain. So it is really on your DPSs as well to get that down, but your tanks, it's mostly on you this fight, just because you really need Garuda in the right spots with your main tank, and you need that off tank to be grabbing the ad and just placing it perfectly, the one with the red laser. So Garuda's getting pretty low now. We've got the Saturn plume there, but we're just ignoring it, just getting down Garuda. So I hope this helped you out, guys. As you can see, it is quite a long fight, but you just need to stick at it and make sure you know what's going on. You may have to watch the video a couple times, but you will learn from experience as well once you do get in. But please make sure you have an idea of what's going on. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and good luck in hard mode Garuda. Thank you very much for watching, and if this video helped you out or you just enjoyed it, please smack that like button, or you can also subscribe to my channel for more videos similar to this one. Thanks, guys.